big guy of all time, Jerome Bettis.
Fat, or is he just thick?
I'd say thick. I don't want to insult Jerome Bettis. I'll call him thick.
Actually, calling the bus.
Here comes the bus! Going for a ride!
Jerome Bettis may have only ranked 9th on our list, but as far as nicknames go, his is one of the best.
They give it to the bus, and the bus walks into the end zone.
I always liked it because he did have the black and the gold, and, you know, the school buses are yellow.
Yeah, but buses are sleek and lean, you know? You don't think of a bus being round and rolly.
Bus just starting to roll, baby. Just starting to roll.
If you're going to be a vehicle and be a tough dude, you want to be a tank. You want to be a bulldozer. You don't want to be a bus. Like, the bus is where your mom drops you off so that you can go play soccer. And then, like, Jerome Bettis is driving it. And you're like, hi, Jerome, good to see you today. And he's like, oh, good to see you too, children. That's not threatening.
Okay, so his nickname didn't scare everyone, but his size did. 260 pounds on a 5'10" frame will do that.
I don't care what his listed weight was. At times, he was 20 pounds over that listed weight.
Bettis was just impossible to tackle.
The bus shakes him off like flies.
Obviously, he's a huge guy, but just how thick he was through the midsection, through his legs, it's like, you know, he used himself like a battering ram, and no one could get their arms around him.
Wait till they get a load of me.
He's the type of guy that will run you over and say, good hit. So as a 195-pound free safety, you just kind of didn't want to see that guy get past the linebackers.
If you saw Jerome Bettis running at you with a full head of steam, would you want to tackle him?
And the bus leaves clean marks all over his spine.
No, who would want to tackle him? You don't get paid enough for that.
Let's go to work, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's the greatest big back of this era, like a scat back in an offensive lineman's body, okay?
And there's an avenue for the bus, and the bus says, I'll take that avenue, it's Easy Street.
That's when you want every pound that you can muster up when you're going in the hole and Brian Urlacher is standing there.
If you don't hit those guys, those low, square, round, chubby, fat, whatever you want to call them, the right way, they're going to run you over.
That's what the bus is all about. He just refused to be tackled.
You know, one of the best linebackers of his era was no match for Jerome Bettis. But in that situation, I don't know if Mean Joe Green would have been a match for Jerome Bettis.
Who said they was all tough? They ain't so tough. Smash my football, baby.
Over his 14-year career, Bettis was a Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and a Super Bowl champion.
To the great Jim Brown. Here I come, baby. Fat guy, nobody thought he had 10,000 in him.
Oh yeah, and his 13,662 rushing yards ranked 6th all time.
Most of Jerome Bettis' yards, obviously, between the tackles. But the other thing that he did was his ability to juke a little bit.
I ain't fast, I'm kind of quick. I had a weeble wobble, but I don't fall down.
Bettis weighed well north of 250, but he had the light feet of someone who was just south of 220.
I'm ready to shake round and roll, baby.
He would just make enough of a cut to make a difference to accelerate through a hole.
Jerome breaks a tackle at the 25-20. He could go all the way. Jerome Bettis like lightning into the end zone.
Talk to like a cousin or a wife or a girlfriend. Show them a picture of Jerome Bettis and ask them to guess what position he plays. And then you get to see the look on their face when you say, no, he's actually a running back.
Game is over, and I'm pretty sure that I'm retiring, you know, and tears start kind of come down a little bit because I know it's over, and I haven't reached the goal to be a champion. So Ben comes over.
You know, I just felt like I had let him down, so I told him in a lapse of judgment of mine, I said, if you come back, I promise I'll win you a Super Bowl.
And I'm thinking to myself, this rookie quarterback, I'm like, man, whatever. And so I addressed the team the next day, and I thank them for being incredible teammates, and that, you know, that was it.
What part of you wants to come back?
The competitor. The competitor in me to come back and say, hey, it's a job unfinished.
The competitor was intrigued that the next Super Bowl would be in his hometown of Detroit, and inspired by the birth of his first child.
My daughter, Jada. Hey, baby. You changed my life
when you came into this world because you came in as a preemie. Not knowing whether you would live or die, you showed me what fight really was. You convinced me I needed to come back for another year, and I needed to fight for a chance to win a championship. So, baby, thank you, Jay.
The new dad missed the start of 2005 with an injury, and a 3-game mid-season losing streak left the 7-5 Steelers on the brink of playoff elimination.
It's the bus. Gotta ride the bus. Ride the bus. Ride him.
The bus is loose. He's on the run. Oh, he got tripped and he's still there. 50, 40. He's at the Bears' 35-yard line. Look at the bus. Run the bus. I got his belt tires on.
Bettis delivered with 2 touchdowns and the final 100-yard game of his career.
Then that one play, it was him and Urlacher. It was just one-on-one, and I swear, the light, you know how when you watching those cartoons and that little light just shine on y'all too, or you in a movie or an opera or any kind of